I chose to organize a program for high schools, 16 to 18 years old, who are starting the process of selecting colleges to make aware what their choices are. Going to an American college as a TCK kid, what makes them different from other students, and what are special challenges. Also, what does it mean when they are going back to their home country, because even though they are coming back there, let's say every summer to visit their friends and family, it's completely different than studying in that country.
Going to college as a TCK can be a difficult and stressful and maybe even exciting process because you're opening up a new chapter of your life and you've had all this experience growing up between cultures. It's really important to do, I think, some soul searching and get to know yourself as a third culture kid. Understand your strengths, understand the challenges you may have, and when you go to college, really be able to articulate that and communicate it and find friends who have similar experiences.
That's part of who you are, right? Do you identify a little bit with maybe some of the culture, that sort of thing? You identify as French, okay. If you grew up internationally and you want to now have a career that's also international like your parents, there's a few things you can do. I mean, first of all, if you grew up internationally, you have something that a lot of people don't, which is an international network. So maintaining those relationships with the friends you've made everywhere you've moved is really important because you never know when you're going to need them later. So developing that international network is really important. Being able to promote yourself to employers as an international person is really important. So a lot of employers around the world, especially multinational employers, are looking for people that speak more than one language, have had international experience already, are adaptable, creative, comfortable in diverse environments. So that is the third culture kid profile. So you have a leg up in that area, but then the challenge is how do you express that to an employer?
I was born in Finland, then I lived 2 years in Laos, then I came back to Finland, and then in 2008 I moved to the United States. Well, from my perspective, I think better understood but also more interesting. Not like one who has multiple backgrounds or such, has more stories to tell and such. All my friends and other people are always excited to learn more about somebody who is from like different in a way, like from another country or such. Even if that person was born in the United States, and if they were living in Shanghai or something, they want to know more about that. It gives them like something to I can't think of a better word, but brag about.
And then when it comes time to really make that final decision, I would then really have a conversation with your daughter about expectations, about, if she identifies, if she feels like, oh, I am Dutch, I'm Dutch, and I'm going to go to the University of Amsterdam, and that's really sort of like where I belong. Great, awesome that you're feeling that way, but just remember that you're going to be meeting other people that grew up in Holland their whole lives, and that's hard. I know a lot of people that are technically Dutch went back to Holland and had a really hard time getting in. Talk to the financial aid officer, call the financial aid department and ask lots of questions. And I would say that there is actually a lot of scholarship money out there. The question is it's overwhelming. It's like, well, where do I find this and how do I find it? The College Board is called collegeboard.com. Their website gets increasingly better, and last time I checked, they have like a search engine that you can use to find scholarship money. So that's another thing you want to consider. But I would also talk to the International Student Office. Every parent that has a child going off to university, you need to talk to them about budgeting, about responsibility, about the emotional connection we have to money. If you're stressed, you might want to spend a lot of money. Check yourself before that. There's sort of these soft skills around money that you want to talk about. You can be honest with them about like your own, I mean, to a point, your own patterns, your own relationship with money, things that have worked for you, what you learned along the way. But from an international perspective, you also want to think about what's the banking system. We all know what a pain in the neck it is, you know, moving from country to country, different systems. You can't get your money here, you get taxed over here, like, you know, you got to have a perfect signature. That's a real opportunity, and I really mean by opportunity to talk to your child about different systems around the world and how you have learned as an international person how to adapt and get the information you